I'm gonna be honest, I just realized that 6 months of 2024 have passed. We're almost at the start of July, which means we're halfway through the year, guys. What? This is like ridiculous. With that being said, I need a mid-year reset. I need to make a new mood board, see where I'm going, because this year went by fast and I'm so excited for everything that has happened and everything that is going to happen. But I'm also in a little bit of like a rut as into what's gonna be next in my life. So stay tuned if you might be in a similar position and you don't know what's next, and let's get through this together. I would love to hear what your plans are for the rest of your year, and if you kind of just want to enjoy the summer and then do a reset, or if it's like me, because at the end of the summer I'm leaving and I'm gonna start over. You can kind of say start over. I'm going to move to a different country, and that takes a lot of organization and just being prepared, but also trusting. And I think for me, having a mood board and having it relatively organized makes it so much better that I can just trust, because I can visualize where I'm going to be. I can look at it and I can remind myself that all I need to do is to trust and to be positive and to put out the energy, to be in that energy field, to vibrate on that level where everything that is meant for me is going to come to me. And with creating a mood board slash a vision board, and also just kind of looking at my calendar and planning out the dates when what is going to happen, I think I'm actually gonna do a 6 months kind of like prep. I usually do like a 3 months mood board to always like have, because I feel like 3 months is enough. Like more than 3 months, I cannot plan ahead. I might just like my desires might change, what I want to do, who I want to be, or what I want to work on in my life, what season I will be in. But in this special case, now that I'm trying to move in roughly 2.5 months, I think a 6 month kind of like plan is good to just know where I'm going. And the biggest thing that has come up this week with being like a lot more intentional and implementing those 3 habits from last week is that I want to speak up more. And here's a little throwback. At the beginning of the year, I did a card reading, and the biggest thing that came up was that I should kind of like speak up more, like my voice. I think it was like my throat chakra is like, speak up for yourself, say the things that you're thinking and feeling. And then lately, now that my partner is back and I'm also living with my dad, I realized how much I struggle with setting boundaries and saying no, because I am a person who just always wants to help everyone. I want to be there for everyone. I want everyone to succeed in life and to fulfill their dreams and, just to have a good life. And I want to have a good life myself. But sometimes it comes into the way of just like this relationship I have with love, the way I grew up in, that I put myself last and I always put other people first. So this new habit is going to be like a big one, and that is saying no and putting myself first and putting my wants and my needs first. And today was probably the first day that I really implemented that, because I just said no to something that didn't serve my day, because I knew my day was full and I wanted to rest and relax as well. And I felt really bad, but it feels so good to just like follow my intuition and to do what feels good to me personally, and not just for the greater good of everyone around me. And to be honest, I always thought I was doing it for everyone else, but I was just sabotaging myself. And I always would complain about like not being where I want to be at because I help everyone else. But I was more comfortable there than actually being the main character in my own life and maybe trying things and failing. I'd rather like help other people and see them succeed than trying myself. But no more. We're stepping into our light, into the main character energy, because we're trusting that we're exactly where we're meant to be and that we're gonna go exactly where we're meant to go. So from now on, every single day, when anything comes up that has not to do with myself and my dreams, I want to basically just take a breath, take a step back, and think if that actually helps me in my life, or if I have done all the things that I'm meant to do that day for myself, and then say yes or no from there. Because I love so much being there for everyone, and I still want to be there for everyone, but I come first, and this is the next season of my life where I'm going to put myself first. And I think it's time to go on Pinterest and find some pictures that align with what's gonna happen in these next 3 to 6 months. For my vision board and mood board, I want to also focus on the feminine side, the feminine energy. I realized that I surround myself with people who are heavily in their feminine, like leaning into their feminine side, and that is not allowing me to lean into my feminine side, because I am naturally someone who plans a lot, who is just very organized. And because of that, I think I attract people who are heavily in their feminine side. But I want to create kind of like a circle of people that are balanced, so I can be balanced. And that is really just something that I just realized by working through some of the books that I'm reading. And I'm ready to trust and to not just plan ahead everything. And I think that just also very much came up right before I started filming. I was actually working on searching for apartments, and I don't exactly know yet where I want to move to, but I was just searching for apartments and prices, and I was getting very much overwhelmed by just seeing these high prices, how literally I feel like everywhere in the world prices shot up so much, and it feels almost just not possible to rent anymore without having a good paying job. But exactly in that moment, I remembered that I can trust that wherever I decide to go, I will find that. It's a few days later, and I managed to put together all the photos on Pinterest that I found, and I usually use Canva to just kind of like create a little vision board. They have a lot of layouts that you can use, which is always, I find, kind of inspiring depending on what you want it to look like. It's very easy to work with. And yeah, I just upload all the pictures and I put them together, and I usually print it out a bit bigger, and then I'll like cut it out a little bit and put it into my manifestation journal. So this is what it looks like. The thing about vision boards is that it only has to resonate with you personally. Like, someone could look at this vision board and like fully interpretate different things into it, but I personally have like a connection to each picture, and each picture stands for a lot more internally than just the vision, like just the vision of the picture, if that makes any sense. For example, I have this really cute picture here of a couple in front of a house. This one is pretty much like straight on. It just means like I'm looking for a home, or my partner and me, we've been looking for a home. And I know that this year, like at the start of the year, I made my first vision board and I called it The Road Back Home. And every time I make a vision board, I call it The Road Back Home without even like knowing. Like, I always forget that I called the other one already The Road Back Home, but it just makes so much sense. Because this year is all about, first of all, finding a home and like settling a little bit somewhere, creating a home space, a safe space but also finding my way back home to myself, to who I am in this world, to really reconnect with what's true on the inside. And yeah, it's just been kind of magical, and I do feel like I'm healing because I'm ready to come back home. I'm done running away from myself, from people, from every, scenarios. I'm ready to take a step to go back to Germany to be with my family. And yeah, that's what 2024 is all about for me. And this just like fit in so perfectly again. I have a lot of like affirmations for money. Feel it to heal it, speak your mind even if your voice shakes. And that has a lot to do with finding my own voice again, and like really truly being myself and speaking my truths. And like I said before, saying no. I can really see a shift from when I'm alone, how much time I have to do things that I want to do. And as soon as there's people, I feel like I barely have any time because I'm constantly like thinking about how I can make it more comfortable for them, how I can just be there for them and help them out. But enough is enough. We're learning to say no with our new habit that we're implementing. And I'm thinking I'll write something as well about that specific habit. And maybe I'll even cut it out and hang it up in my room, just to have that daily reminder of just like, you're worthy, your needs matter, and it's okay to put yourself first. And like, people will still love you. They might even love you more if you just become your best version. And you do not have to give up yourself for the happiness of everyone around you. But if you're happy, you'll inspire everyone around you to be happy as well. Vision board, I highly recommend and invite you to do one. Even just, it doesn't matter what your goals are, but it just kind of like gives you the opportunity to check in with yourself halfway through the year and just make sure you're still on the path that you want to be on, and you're not so far off the road and you don't even realize. And then at the end of the year, you'll be like, when did this happen? When did I get off the road? So, these check-ins every once in a while are really good to just make sure we are going where we are meant to go and where we want to go in this life. See you guys next time. Bye.